It's not about how much weight you can cut. It's about how much weight you can cut and recover from in time for your fight. You might be able to cut 10% of your body weight, step on the scales and make weight, but if you can't effectively rehydrate and refuel when you step back in the ring or cage, you'll be a shell of your former self, and if you don't gas out in the first round, then you might get knocked out in the second round. I'm a performance nutritionist and Muay Thai fighter, and today I'm going to explain exactly how you can rehydrate and refuel effectively, so by the time you step in the cage or climb back over those ropes, you are at 100% and ready to put on your best performance.
Just a quick one, if you want to work together to get the most out of your nutrition and training, whether you're preparing for a fight and want to leave no stone unturned, or if you want to just lose fat and perform your best, then there'll be links to work with me below. I'll build you a fully personalized plan tailored around your needs, your lifestyle and preferences. So if that sounds good, click the links below. Now back to the video.
Now there are two parts to the post-weigh-in recovery. We've got rehydration and refueling. For rehydration, it's generally recommended to consume 1.25 to 1.5 times your fluid losses, but it can be a little hard to gauge your fluid losses. Is it only the weight you've sweat out? Well, probably not, because all of the methods that we use in fight week, even cutting carbs, going low fiber, low sodium, and water restriction, obviously, they all reduce water from your body as well. So one method you can use is 1.25 multiplied by your total fight week weight cut in kilograms. This is your total rehydration target in liters. So if you cut a total of 5 kilograms over fight week, 5 multiplied by 1.25 is 6.25. That would be your total rehydration target. I recommend that you use a oral rehydration solution to rehydrate, and that could either be a branded, commercially available one, or you can even make your own one with 500 ml water, 500 ml of a sports drink like Gatorade or Lucozade Sport, and 2.5 grams of salt. Whether you choose to buy one or make it yourself, either is completely fine. The principle we want is 1,000 to 1,500 milligrams of sodium per liter, and some carbs, normally about 20 to 30 grams of carbohydrates per liter, for optimal rehydration. You don't necessarily have to use an oral rehydration for your entire rehydration target, but I do recommend for at least the first 4 hours, most if not all of your fluid comes from that oral rehydration solution, because that is really going to be optimal for rehydrating you. After that, once you're sick of the flavor, then you can switch to sports drinks, plain water, or milk for a little bit more variety. Now, don't just chug a bunch of water off the scale. I recommend drinking 1 to 1.5 liters per hour, typically 1 liter per hour, but if that first hour ends up being a liter and a half because you're thirsty, that's totally cool. The main thing is to avoid chugging 2 or more liters at once, thinking that downing a load of fluid is going to help support rehydration. Trust me, it's not. And for the rehydration aspect of the weight cut, this is perfectly scaled to the size of your cut. So it doesn't matter if you have a same day or a day before weigh-in, because you will cut less for a same day weigh-in, you'll cut more for a day before weigh-in, and so your rehydration protocol is naturally, because it's calculated based on your total cut, is naturally going to be scaled to the size of your cut. And that brings us nicely onto the refuel section. So you've rehydrated, now we need to top back up the fuel tank, make sure you've got plenty of carbs to perform at a high intensity in your fight. And that is specifically what we're talking about, is carbohydrates when we say refuel. There's flexibility with these numbers, but I'm a simple man. I like to keep it simple. For a same day weigh-in, I recommend aiming for 5 grams per kilogram you weigh of carbohydrates between the weigh-in and the fight. And for a day before weigh-in, that number scales up to 10 grams per kilogram. These are great starting points, and you can scale them up or down if needed. For example, if you have a same day weigh-in, but you don't have the normal, say like 6 to 8 hours, maybe you have just 3 hours, you probably won't be able to get 5 grams per kilogram of carbs. You could scale that back to 3 grams per kilogram. But 5 for a same day and 10 grams per kilogram of carbs for a day before weigh-in are great starting points. And for a same day weigh-in, because you won't, or at least shouldn't have, cut out carbs to make weight, these smaller numbers just serve to top up your fuel tank rather than completely refilling them from zero. So you've got your total carbohydrate target. You want to keep protein moderate and fats and fiber relatively low. You don't have to worry too much about specific numbers for these, but if you are that way inclined, you could aim for 1.5 to 2.5 grams per kilogram of body weight of protein, aim for 1 gram per kilogram or less of fats, and about 20 grams or less of fiber during this refuel period. The reason we want to keep fat and fiber low is because fats and fiber both slow down your digestion, and we don't want slow digestion after the weigh-ins. We want to rapidly digest and absorb the food you eat. Also, especially fiber can cause gut discomfort. If you have a high amount of it, it can lead to you feeling like bloated, farting during your warm-up, and just overall not great state to be in when you want to perform at your best. We want you feeling light and energetic before your fight, not bloated and heavy. So this means choosing lean meat and fish, choosing white carbohydrates like white bread, white rice, white pasta, and either eliminating or keeping vegetable portions very small. Also, it's best to save spicy food for after the fight, just to avoid an upset stomach. So a few meals that hit this criteria could be chicken breast with white rice or noodles, tuna with white pasta, honey or jam on toasted white bread, and sugary cereals with low-fat milk and a banana. If you have a day before weigh-in, you've done most of your refueling and rehydration needs on the weigh-in day. So fight day, we're switching our focus to performance. Treat it like a normal training day, eat foods that make you feel good, avoid gut discomfort, and just repeat a few of the meals from the weigh-in day that are high carb, low fiber, and low fat. And that's all you need. Don't try anything new, don't do anything drastic, stick to your normal training day routine. It doesn't need to be any more complicated than that. 1.25 times your total cut in liters is your rehydration drink. Consume most of that, at least for the first 4 hours, using an oral rehydration solution. Aim for 5 grams per kilogram of carbs if you have a same day weigh-in, scale it up to 10 grams per kilogram if you have a day before weigh-in. And it really is as simple as that. If you want to perform better today, click the link in the box below to get my Fighter Diet Blueprint. And if you enjoyed this video about how to recover after the weigh-ins, check out this video to explain exactly how to recover from the hard training you'll be doing leading up to the fight in fight camp.